track there by my guest for tonight, Darryl Evan Jones. He returns back on my platform. Welcome back, Darryl.
Thank you for having me. So glad to be.
Yes, it's been some years since the last time you were on my platform. I believe it was back in 2017 or 2018, and you've been quite busy.
All right. I've been, yeah, I've been busy. I've been working on new music with at least 4 different producers, a plethora of musicians, and still learning a lot about the business as the business continues to change. But yeah, I've been quite busy, and I'm glad for it.
Well, thank you for coming back on the platform. I love your music. I love your style. This is Lady Diva Live Radio here on Let's Jazz It Up, blogtalkradio.com, everyone. Phone lines are open. You know my guest line number. The show has started. So, as we begin, yes, that track there, it's Alive. And what album is this track is on? Relentless?
It's Alive is actually from Relentless, the previous album, which came out in 2013. And It's Alive is a song that was written by a good friend of mine, Jay Condiotti, and produced by Taz Fields.
I love It's Alive because it sounds like it's alive. And that's the type of sound I like to play getting up in the morning or getting started on a project and just rear my energy up. You know?
Right. Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
Yes. So I would like to introduce you to the listening audience, curious listeners out there. Now, Darryl Evan Jones, he brings the unique instrument. Huh?
Evan. Sorry, I'm not that exact.
Evan Jones.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Darryl Evan Jones brings the unique instruments, classic vibe, and rich melodic and harmonic possibilities to a new generation. Now, he is a multi-talented Bronx, New York raised performer, and he embraces his artistic spirit with style that reflects the many different sides of his unique musical personality. Now, he is he insists that he's a soul singer who can't sing, and but he expresses his emotions through his flute. And so, is there anything else you would like to add on to that, Darryl? Introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, that was pretty good, actually. Yeah, people find it odd, a soul singer who can't sing. Like, what is that? Well, this is what happens when a kid is raised in the projects in the Bronx and is just exposed to so many different kinds of music, but apparently the gift that God wanted him to have wasn't vocal. So the expression has to come out some way, and flute just fits me. And it seems to be my natural voice and my natural form of expression.
Yes, and you do a very good job at it. Matter of fact,
Thank you.
talk, your voice, it sounds so good. You should be singing. And I know the feeling because I'm a podcaster, and folks on the internet think I'm a singer. And they always ask me, "You an artist?" No, I cannot sing at all. I won't even try to sing in the shower, no. But no, I'm just a radio presenter and a podcaster, and that's it. Now, Darryl Evan Jones, you collaborated in opening act for other artists like Jeff Lober, Tim, Boney James, and you even shared the stage with Marion Meadows.
Yes.
So,
oh my goodness.
Yes. So
those were all awesome experiences. I mean, one of them was more intimidating than the other. And not one above the other, but the most fun was sharing the stage with Marion Meadows. which actually wasn't a surprise in the moment. We were both playing for the same event. It's just that his was for the stage and the general audience. Mine was for the VIP reception prior to. And we happened to be at dinner together the night before, and Marion leans over to me and says, "So you're gonna join us on stage tomorrow?" And I felt like doing schoolgirl scream, but I didn't. I kept it cool. But my God, to be on stage with that guy, and he's so humble and he's so gracious. To open for Kim and Boney was very cool as well. And as well for Jeff Lawber. Now, Jeff Lawber, that one was the one that was intimidating. If anybody doesn't know who Jeff Lawber is, do yourself a favor and look him up. The guy, of course, is the force behind Jeff Lawber Fusion. And to play Fusion, I think you have to have 2.5 range or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
But I remember being at rehearsal, because him being the headliner and I was the opener, he gets to rehearse and sound check first. So I'm sitting there at his rehearsal listening to this guy, and I literally thought, what do you think you're doing opening for him? So I was about to get up and walk out.
Oh, my God.
And then I said to myself, wait a second. You came, none of these folks know who you are anyway, so you got nothing to lose. And that's why I stayed.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. You got real quiet.
No, I'm telling you, once I came to that conclusion, that's why I stayed and finished and did the show. And
yeah.
The part was when I got done my set and we went backstage where he was waiting to now come out and do his set, to get a genuine compliment from him was tremendous.
Oh, wow. Now, there are the fans that say that when you play, it sounds like angels are singing. And I can believe that. I can believe that. Your sound is different. Now, when I was in elementary school, I played the flute. And I know many months and weeks, me staying on that flute, I will never get that perfect professional sound as a kid, and I never would have realized being a flutist will take you to big opportunities. So I want to say thank you, Darryl.
Well, thank God, because trust me, there were many a day where I just felt kind of lost in the sauce, and I've told many people that growing up, as I was elementary school playing flute. I was so intimidated by the greats like your Hubert Lawses and the like, that though I knew who they were, and if I heard one of their songs, I could probably identify who it was, I did not listen to them, and I definitely wouldn't study them because I was so intimidated and convinced myself that I could, and still not, I could never be as good as them. So I wouldn't listen. So then growing up, other than classical, I had no idea what a flute was supposed to, quote unquote, sound like.
Right.
So when people say, well, your sound is so different, yeah, because I didn't know what it was supposed to be like. So it just developed on its own.
Right. And you have to be persistent. You got to keep at it. Yeah. And I didn't have the support to be persistent and keep at it. And I ended up stopping. But as we move along, here, let's talk about this newest track, the newest release, The Grind. Can you tell me what inspired you to do this one? And The Grind on this track, is it a remix?
No. Okay, so The Grind is one of the songs on the forthcoming album called Resilient, which is a close cousin of Relentless.
Yeah. Okay.
And so The Grind, in theory, is a way to encourage people to whatever that dream, that goal is, you've got to stay on your grind. And it's hard to do, I know, because we all get knocked down, we get discouraged, we get pulled in different directions. You know, life throws you a knuckleball. I get all that. So this song, though it has no words, of course, I wrote this with that in mind. And no, it's not a remix. So what made you ask that? That's interesting.
It's different. It's different. Yes. And I had to listen to it for like 5 times and
really?
just sink my mind into it. And because of the fact that my life situation, you know, and listening to your music, it took me to another part, you know, and
wow.
So I was really really into it. So that's why I asked. It's different, and the title, The Grind, perfect. What made you name it the Grind? I mean,
you know, wow, that's another good question. With in the process of creating music for me, I usually don't know the name of the song until some point in the production of the song.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, once the background music got done, and then I laid my flute and I sat there and I listened to it, that's when I came with it, because I could see some of the visualizations that you will witness if you go to YouTube and you search The Grind. You'll see the video that we shot for that.
Yeah.
So it oftentimes when I write a song, as I listen to it playing back or a certain part of it, I can almost hear where lyrics should be if I could sing. And The Grind just had that feeling to me, like this feels like somebody who's paying their dues. They're staying on their grind. And that's how the song got dubbed that.
Yeah, because it really took me to heart, and because of my life situation and doing podcasts and dealing with a lot of artists and stuff. And, you know, and it really took me into deep thought. And I want to say thank you for The Grind.
Pleasure.
So I'm going to go ahead and stop talking, and I'm going to spin The Grind. You stay at that hot seat, Darryl. Here is The Grind, everyone. Hey. the grind. I love it. Every time I listen to it, I get goosebumps on my skin, on my arms. That is my favorite track. You done really put your foot in that one, Darryl. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you.
that is my favorite track. I tell you, you did it this time. So
Well,
that
that's
track,
your favorite track so
the
far.
grind, it just came out about 3-4 weeks ago.
Where are we now? Yeah, it'll
Just been released.
It's about 4 weeks.
Right.
And by the way, not definitely not bragging because I give all glory to God.
Yes.
But that's your favorite track so far because you haven't heard the others, and when they come, there are at least one or two in particular that might bump the grind off. We'll see, but the grind's pretty hot right now.
Yes, it is. And I also love On the Run. That really woke me up. I had to turn my head all the way around on that one. I really like that one too. Yes. I'm like, wow, he is really putting his foot down. So go ahead and give the information of where anyone could buy the track, other information along with that track and the projects along with it. Go ahead and tell what you're doing with all your music and your website information. Go right ahead.
Okay, I'm going to go in reverse order because it'll be easier for me. Website is dejmusic.com. You can look for me on social media, on Facebook, Darryl Evan Jones, and it's Darryl. Evan is Evan, and of course everybody knows Jones. I'm on Twitter and I'm on TikTok. My music is available for stream or download anywhere and everywhere, whether it's iTunes or Apple Music, Amazon, Spotify, and even on my website, djmusic.com. And so, again, we played the first track tonight, which was from the previous album, Relentless, which is still available digitally and hard copy. We just played, of course, The Grind from the upcoming Resilient album, which is actually now set to be released in the spring of 2024.
All right.
Although, yeah, there'll be probably a couple of digital bonus tracks released prior to the album release. At least a couple. I won't say too much about that, but I'll say this: we are talking to a director and a cinematographer about shooting another video.
Yay.
And that's for a song called The Road Trip. That's called, I almost went to The Ride because they sound so familiar in name, but the song called Road Trip, and it should be a very, very fun video. I hope we can start production on that in the next few weeks, but we will see. And hey, if you want to book me, I'm available for bookings. Have Flute will travel. So if you got something going on and you want me there, go to my website, reach out to my manager, and she'll put it together for you.
And that's even for private parties and public stage performances also?
Everything. Anything from festival concerts to retirement parties, wedding parties, you name it. I don't discriminate. You want me and my flute, we will be there.
Oh my goodness. And that's no lie. He's been performing for how many years now, Darryl? How many years you been doing all this?
Okay.
It's been over to what, 20 years now?
Yeah, So two ways to answer it. I started playing flute when I was 8 years old. Played it on and off throughout life and life's changes. But on this scale, I've been doing it since 1997. I realized the other day.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And I would like to ask you this: what performer that's still living that you would like to share the stage with on a one-night event?
Oh my goodness! Oh, that's so loaded and unfair.
Come on now! I want to know.
Okay, so I've already gotten to share the stage with Marion Meadows, and it's a shame that you said one because I wish I could get like three. But
Oh, go
Um,
right ahead. Go right ahead. Three. Go right ahead.
okay,
I just want to know.
thank you. Um, one of them is Herbie Hancock.
Oh yes.
Herbie's an absolute, and I mean this with
Oh,
all
he's a
respect, and
genius.
great.
Yes.
The man's a monster. I mean,
Yes.
the music in that man is incredible. So Herbie Hancock is one. Um, I'm not sure what this would look like, but I really don't care. George Clinton is another. I would
Oh
love
my
to share the stage.
God. Wow.
If
That would
anybody
be
knows,
fun.
yeah, I mean, to be associated as being an honorary Funketeer would just blow my mind.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. Well,
yeah,
that's a part of your character now. I know.
yeah, it is. It is.
Okay.
And then uh, I could never fully share the stage with her because I'm just like I admire the other two I that I mentioned, but my goodness, Shaka Khan.
Oh my gosh.
Don't know
Oh
what that would
my
look like.
gosh. Oh
Shaka
my
is
gosh. That would be
yeah,
just that would just be amazing. That
yeah,
would just
yeah.
be
Love Shaka.
amazing. Her
Yeah,
voice, her
Shaka.
vocals.
But
Oh my,
Shaka is my all-time favorite female singer. Unfortunately, my all-time favorite male singer is no longer with us, and that was Marvin. My number two male was with Luther, and my
oh,
number two female is Patty Austin, who is,
okay.
in my humble opinion, one of the most underrated singers there is.
Yes. Come on now. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, with you being on the stage with Chaka Khan, would you be able to hold yourself while she's singing? I mean,
Probably not. And
yeah,
probably not
she'll look at
with
you.
George either. I mean, because here's to be honest, I saw George Clinton and Funkadelic at a concert in Philadelphia. I believe it was '95. Only time I'd ever gotten to see them live. And
Yeah.
prior to that concert, you used to see music videos like back even to the days of Elvis, and you'd see the girls at the concert,
Yeah,
and they would
yeah.
scream. And
Yeah.
I'd see these videos, and I would always laugh, and I'm like, that's so ridiculous. You can't even hear what's going on. Why would you scream? Unfortunately, at George Clinton's concert, I became that little girl. I lost
Oh
it.
my
I
gosh.
absolutely lost it. It was insane. So I can't imagine
funny.
being on stage with George, Shaka, or Herbie and trying to maintain whatever cool I may think I have. It would go.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. That is crazy. Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad I asked you that question. It shows me more about your inner self as far as music goes with other artists, other talent.
Right.
So thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks for asking.
Yes. And you already gave us enough information about your future music projects. And as far as I want to play also on the run.
Yes,
Now, that track on the run came before the grind. Is that correct?
that is correct. That is correct. I'm a co-writer on it, 1/3 co-writer / owner, with Adam Hawley, guitarist, and also big time jazz producer, and Caleb Middleton, who's his writing partner. Most of the music, at least the concept of it, was already done when Adam and I connected, and then I wrote my part. And then none of us, as is the case with most of the album, most of us never saw each other. Thank God for technology.
Yes.
And Adam came up with the title of On the Run, and I used that title in my mind of, because people would say, well, what does being on the run have to do with being resilient? And I tell them, on the run, the one thing I will run from, because I don't run from anything I'm afraid, but the one thing I will run from is negativity. I'll run from it.
Oh, come on now. Yes. Of course.
I don't have time for it. So that's what On the Run is about.
Okay. And I will spin on the run. And I would like to ask you now, all the small videos that you've been posting on social media with a lot of cover songs. Are those
Yes.
by request, or are those some of your favorite songs?
Wow, another good question. No, the only one I can think of that was actually requested off the top of my head, I believe my youngest daughter, one of her coworkers, wanted to hear, I think it was Sarah Smile. I think it was.
Oh, wow. Yes.
All the other songs are songs that are in my cover repertoire, as I call it. And they're songs that I dig. I mean, I can only play music that I feel, and I can't feel it if I don't like it. So that's
right.
and thanks for mentioning that, by the way, because through those efforts and some other efforts that I've been doing on social media, I've been blessed to reach people around the world who are now staying in touch. And I mean as far as South Africa, people are reaching out.
Yes, they are.
Can't thank God enough for that.
Yes. And please keep those videos going. I've been getting feedback from some of my followers about your videos, playing some of those cover songs, and the way you blow into that flute. They be like, oh, he has such perfect lungs. Oh, Lord. I like, yes, he does.
Well,
yes,
thank
he
you
does.
with them.
Yes, he does. So keep those videos going. I'm going to stop yapping, and I'm going to go ahead and spin On the Run. Is there anything else you'd like to say about this track before I spin it?
Nothing about On the Run, but I do want to acknowledge Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, Valencia, my children. And since you mentioned the social media stuff I was doing, I got to give a shout out to two dear friends of mine, Taimika and Tracy Williams, because it was their brain trust that got me to do that stuff. So shout out to all. And much love to my girls and my grandchildren. Much love to you all.
I would like to give a shout out also to Charles Smooth Jazz Wilson.
Yeah,
he was the one that kept bugging me to call you to get you on my platform. So, hey Charles Smooth Jazz Wilson, hey. And so I'm going to go ahead and spin On the Run. We'll be right back. You stay in that hot seat, Darryl.
I'm here.
by Darryl Evan Jones, everyone. And you can catch that track there. That's streaming online everywhere as well. Darryl, go ahead and give your website information and your social media info as well.
Website dejmusic.com. Social media Darryl Evan Jones. DarrylEvanJones. Search that on Facebook, and on Facebook you have to search Darryl Evan Jones Music, by the way. But on Instagram and on TikTok, just search Darryl Evan Jones.
Yes, and thank you for that information. And what is the ultimate desire, Darryl? Which you want to hear from your fans and followers out there about your two recent releases, The Grind and On the Run, and future music project coming up? What is the ultimate desire which you wish out of your fans out there, out of your music?
The ultimate desire for me is kind of twofold, in no particular order, and maybe reverse order. One, I want people to tell how they were moved, how the music touched them. Otherwise, what's the purpose of making music?
Yeah.
The fact that, hey, that song affected me. Maybe if they can't even describe how, but it affected me, it touched me, it moved me. And I want them to, through that, acknowledge the fact that though it's me you are looking at or listening to, actually hearing is God through me. That's what I want people to acknowledge.
Wow. Okay. Well, that gives me a different perspective now that you said that, and thank you. Because when I was listening to The Grind, I was imagining you playing the flute, and I was getting goosebumps on my arms. And
wow.
And so I would think of it like that now, And thank you for that information. Thank you. At this time, you're more than welcome to give some more shout outs to all those lovely people that's been supporting you through your musical journey. Go right ahead.
There are so many, and I don't want to forget anybody. I really don't, but I have to. Some names I have to mention. Okay, so there's my dad and my mom. It's my stepmom, Walter Jones, Shirley Jones. My stepmom is Valora Jones. My mother-in-law, I hate the term in-law, but I know it's legal because she wasn't really like a mother-in-law. She's been like a mother, Alberta Morgan. The man that first started me playing out in clubs and places. They know him they knew him in Providence as Big Sam from Alabama. His name is Sam Harrell. He's gone. He's passed on some years ago. But if it wasn't for him, I probably would have never played in a club. But he's the one who got me there.
Wow.
So shout outs to them. And Jim Woodland, who also has passed on. He was so gracious and recorded an entire project for me. It was called On My Own. And the man never charged me a dime. He just believed in me and wanted to see. So shouts out to all of them.
All right, I'm gonna give them an applause, and that they will give you your flowers right now. I love your music, Darryl. Like some people say, nothing like Darryl Evans Jones music and a glass of wine, and I bet true to that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Yes, and stay following with Darryl on social media. He has new music coming up next year, you guys. And any words of encouragement you would like to give Darryl as we close out the show? Any encouraging words for those talented people out there, or do you have a message to deliver?
For talented people in general, and everybody has a talent. Unfortunately, some people don't realize what it is yet, but know this: you have a talent, and it's not by accident. You have a talent because, for whatever reason, in His infinite wisdom, God chose to give you that talent, and through that, yes, difficulty will come, but great joy will come too. Don't neglect your talent, and be sure to share it with as many people as you can.
And thank you for those encouraging words. Thank you, Darryl
Absolutely.
Evan Jones. Yes.
Thanks for
Everyone,
having
check
me.
out his website. Check out all his music. And get back with me and let me know what you think. Or get with Darryl and tell him. Tell him.
Yes.
And so, yes. And I want to thank you, Darryl, for coming back on the show. Hopefully next year in 2024, you will come back and present that new music album.
I'll come back as often as you'll have me back. And again,
Oh,
thanks for being so gracious and having me back here. I really enjoyed it.
oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. You're always welcome to come back on my platform. I will be playing The Grind to close out the show. You have a blessed evening. Love you, Darryl. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
I'll
Love
be
you too.
listening
Love
to you.
you.
Yes.
All right, dear.
All right, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. This is Lady Diva signing out for Let's Jazz It Up. Good night, everyone.